Elementary, Drexel Hill Junior High, and I graduated in 1965 from Upper Darby High School. And I will be forever grateful for my public school education and what it did for me. But it troubles me that the children of Upper Darby will no longer have the rich experiences that I did. As a teacher for 34 years in Lower Merion School District, it troubles me that Upper Darby school children will no longer have the opportunities that the children in Lower Merion will have. I was not a great athlete, but my school experiences with gym and sports gave me an appreciation for the skill, practice, precision, and insight that you can't learn in front of a video game or a television set. My lifelong love of reading, rooted in my elementary school library at Aronimink, has continued into adulthood, and as a teacher, and in my neighborhood book club. I am not a famous performing artist or a great musician like George, but my elementary and junior high experiences led me to appreciate and support art and music each and every day of my life. My teachers taught me that I had an obligation to learn, to leave a campsite cleaner than I found it, and an obligation to give back to my community. It troubles me that today's students are being shortchanged, that they will not have the advantages of a broadly based education, and that they might not find the opportunities to find the work that inspires them and inspires others. And why? Because some economic moralists in Harrisburg, like our governor, think that our children will achieve more by wearing blinders, shouldering a harness tied to the rest of their class, and walking the same path. Many years ago, we used to think of schools as factories, where students blindly memorized their lessons, and cultures that fostered those classrooms became the objects of derision. We came to understand that students learn subject matter in their own ways, even when they were all studying the same subject. But with growing class sizes and restrictive budgets that we now face, they're turning our schools back into the old workhouses that will not even save the Tiny Tims. They will not even train Bob Cratchits, nor clean the floors for Little Orphan Annie Warbucks. I think we can all say, bah humbug, Tom Corbett. If American society was a great melting pot, it was the public school system that blended the flavors of our diverse cultures and loosened the crisp cuts of meat from the bones of poverty. We cannot risk turning our free, universal education system, available to everyone, into a privatized commodity, available only to the few who can purchase quality. We need to prepare all of our children to get along with those different from them, to embrace our broad array of religions, cultures, race, and political beliefs. We need to prepare our children to acquire and appreciate scientific knowledge and to know the difference between genuine insight and pure hogwash. Just as important, we need to teach our children an appreciation for the common good. When he wrote in Democracy in America, sociologist Alexis de Tocqueville was amazed by the American spirit and the common sacrifice of its citizens for the benefit of their communities, quite different from the Hollywood image of Sigourney Weaver battling alone against an evil alien. De Tocqueville noted that American collective community actions, from barn raisings to the basic concept of citizens agreeing to raise taxes to help one another, were all for the good of the common good of each other. And that was in contrast, as he noted, to the selfish royalism and the petty aristocracies of European nouveau riche and blooded nobility. We seem to have lost sight in the last quarter century of the idea that in fact we have a brilliant communitarianism. Some today even glorify the idea that robber barons were good guys when they stole the land from our Civil War veterans, or that Gordon Geckos of Wall Street are the ones responsible for all of American economic development. Paul Wellstone, one of my great heroes, said, "Politics is just not about power and money games. Politics can be about the improvement of people's lives. We need to work now, more than ever, to get those out of the way, such as our governor and some of his Republican allies, who distract us with their false notions of austerity for the masses while promoting prosperity for the few. We will not be able to rekindle rising incomes and obtain family-sustaining jobs by stealing money from our children's future in their education. Eliminating their music and art, drama, and athletics is not the right direction. We should be providing opportunities and insights that allows every child, even that one special needs child, to paint the next Mona Lisa or to write a Rhapsody in Blue. The notion of self-achievement sounds good as an ideal or an ad on television in 15 seconds. But the reality is, it's the exception to the American tradition of community effort that you're showing today. We do need to reward individual achievement when it occurs, but we also need to reward our collected efforts when the results show a positive gain for everyone. The American dream, as George noted earlier, has been a reality for many of us. Good Upper Darby schools, highly motivated teachers, hard work and supportive government policies in the form of scholarships and loan forgiveness for college have allowed me to experience the American dream, the one that all of us for generations in this country have sought. I may not have the material wealth, but I enjoy my local community that works together to solve its problems and values its diversity. Some would now say that the American dream is dead, but I believe it's not the American dream that's dead, it's the hearts and minds of those that believe that when we cut our children's education, it somehow benefits them. Politicians. Not all politicians. Instead of believing that it is only for the very few, the 1%, who can live the good life and believe that their success, well, let me put it the other way, that I believe that the success of Americans is fundamentally founded on the strength of its free public education with arts, music, physical education, and libraries that make the dream possible for the 99%. And while we were not successful in Wisconsin yesterday in the fight to block the corporate interests that continue cutting our state government, our state funding, remember that the money might of the far right does not make the message right. Say that with me. The money might of the far right does not make the message right. As a candidate for the Pennsylvania legislature in District 154, which is Cheltenham, Springfield, and Jenkintown, I will fight to fully fund public education as it deserves. I will fight not just for those school districts in my district. I will fight for every child, every school district across the Commonwealth, so that the arts, the libraries, the music, and physical education will be there, not just for the few, but for all. Thank you.